to you. Yes, you. If you speak to anyone, even an audience of one, and especially all of you physician liaisons, you are a speaker. In fact, I want to talk directly to you today. The question is, how professional or skilled are you? And are you at the level that when you speak, you influence? Well, today, with it being National Professional Speakers Day, it's a perfect time for us to bring our three-part series to an end. But today I'm just going to give you a sneak preview of the final session. But remember, we're calling this the new better, not the new norm, because we all know this is an opportunity for us to get even better. So if you didn't catch the first two sessions, go to the website and download them because they are a worthwhile investment in your time. The first one we talked about how to do a virtual call or a virtual visit, which is key to staying top of mind with your physicians and their practices and their staff, and it's replayable at any time. So if they thought, what did she say again about this or that, they can just go back and re-listen. The second, we talked about how to do a virtual office managers council. And as you recall, when I was a liaison, I said if I had to choose the top three of the most successful initiatives that I implemented, implementing an office manager council is by far in the top three for your return on investment. In fact, years after I left, that office manager council was still going strong every single month. But literally, we saved the best for last. So we are going to bring it all together in a free webinar on August 28th at noon Central Time, and we are titling it, How Professional Speaking Skills Increase Your Influence. Who wants more influence? I certainly do. I'll raise my hand. Everyone's raising their hand. And this will be the first time on this webinar that we have brought a true celebrity guest. Our guest is Lois Creamer. Yes, you, Lois. Lois is a national best-selling author, speaker, and coach. In fact, Lois coaches some celebrity speakers and authors, and I so hope that she will name drop in the webinar. So she's also an active member of the National Speakers Association, which is a liaison. I didn't even know that association existed. It's been in existence for years. Lois will tell you more about it, and has risen up some of the most famous people and speakers and authors. So she's going to talk to you about that. Lois's her books, which you've got to get and read. Book More Business, Make More Money is one of them. The Speaker Author, Sell More Books, Book More Speeches. She's awesome, and I am blessed to have Lois as my coach. So today I want to introduce you to Lois and have her share with you some nuggets that you're going to be hearing in the upcoming webinar. Hey, Lois.
Tammy, it's good to see you. Even though we're not in person, it's great to see you virtually. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I'm going to be talking about on the webinar is there's never been a better time to stretch your virtual wings. I know you talked about it a little bit in the last webinar, but we're going to talk about it more, especially for people who need to be in touch with other people. And professional speaking, you don't always have to define it as being on a platform and having an audience in front of you. Anytime you're speaking to someone of authority, you need to be influential and you need to make a good impression. You need to put your best foot forward. And we're going to talk about that in a webinar. How do I do that without wasting anyone's time, honoring their time, yet being professional and getting out what we need to get out in order to communicate with them? How do we keep that fresh? How do we make it a conversation? Because sometimes when we're positioning ourselves in front of someone, we talk too much.
No.
I know that's not either one of us, Tammy, but mere mortals often talk too much. We need to remember that it needs to be a conversation. And I think too that it's always best to leave people with some kind of something, some kind of special information, or it can even be an article from Harvard Business or Harvard Medical School or something. Give them something to show them that you are in tune with what's going on right now in the medical field, believe me, it will make a great impression. And even if you don't write it, they're going to remember you're the one who gave it. And so it makes you more influential to do that. So we'll be talking about that, some tips and how to put your best foot forward professionally and how to position what you do in front of people.
Okay. Hey, tell them real quickly, because I know you won't talk about yourself, but Lois talks to international audiences, and I know just last week you were talking to India. So tell us about that experience, just to let them know who's actually in front of the camera right now.
It's so interesting, this virtual world. This virtual ability to communicate virtually has opened the world up to us. I was using this to work with clients who aren't local for a long time. I've been using Zoom one-on-one for a long time. Now I'm using it for most of my presentations, as are most speakers, because we're not traveling. But I get requests from Professional Speakers Association in London. In fact, I'm speaking to London next month. I spoke to Ireland, Scotland, and last week, as Tammy just referred to, I spoke to PSA India. And at 4:30 in the morning, which wasn't the easiest for me, but at 4:30 in the morning is when I went live to 10 cities in India, sitting exactly where I am right now. And I'll tell you, it was just fascinating to me because they had cameras. I got to see the room. And when they had a question, they walked up to the microphone and I got to engage them one-on-one for people who had questions. It was just as good as being there without having to be on an airline for 32 hours. So,
wow.
So it was great. It was fun.
I love that. So you guys see what we're working with here. We're working with someone who is internationally sought after. She speaks to audiences. Hey, what's the biggest audience you've ever been in front of?
Probably a couple thousand. I presented to the National Speakers Association at a convention, and there were close to 2,000 attendees.
Wow. And tell us real briefly, and then we'll let everyone go and just make you get signed up instead for the webinar, but about NSA, National Speakers Association, how long has it been in existence, and what some famous names that have crossed the membership roster?
Yeah, well, National Speakers was founded in like the mid-'60s, and it was founded by a small group of all men at that time, which won't surprise you, who were speaking. It was not a big industry then, quite frankly, but a lot of people, like your people are finding out, and they're going to hear about on the webinar, didn't consider themselves speakers. They were even manufacturers reps, anyone who speaks to anyone. But basically, National Speakers Association is for people who get paid money to speak. I always say I got in trouble in school for doing it. And now I've made a career out of it. But National Speakers was founded then, and several big names, people like Ronald Reagan, Art Linkletter, Colin Powell, Tammy, Lois, Jack Canfield. I mean, a lot of people who are in the speaking business. And I'll tell you, Tammy, until I got into the speaking industry in the 90s, I did not even know this was an industry.
Wow.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I knew that there were people who spoke occasionally, but I had no idea that there was really an association where these people met. So I've been doing what I do for a little over 20 years, and I have met some of the most interesting people in the world.
Wow. There you have it. It's an awesome organization. I only joined and became active in the last year, so my only regret is I didn't know about it 20 years ago.
Well, I'm thrilled you are. I'm thrilled you're involved.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, everybody, hit the link below. Get signed up for the webinar at noon Central on Friday, August 28th, and we will see you there. And there'll be a lot of time for you to ask questions and give us examples, and you'll walk away more prepared than you've ever been to be a professional speaker. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you on the next Friday from the field.